Hello everybody, my name is Music and I want to play some Dark Souls. So I actually just got my Elgato I today, and what I thought, what better game to try out than Dark Souls. So it's one of my favorite games that I probably played in the past decade or so, and I really just want to show everybody why I love this game so much. It's honestly such a really good game. And with the second game coming out in a couple weeks, I thought this would be a really good opportunity to try out my Elgato I just got, and also play some Dark Souls again. Give me a really good excuse. So, as you can see right here, there's a lot of different classes you can choose from at the beginning. None of them really do matter. I mean, they do to an extent. They kind of, if you're already leaning towards that playstyle, then you can't choose one and kind of follow the path it's already taking. But in the same retrospect of it, you can kind of do whatever you want. So even if I start with, the Pyromancer class, or if I start with the Warrior, I can change. I can change my Warrior into, more of a Bandit type class, or more of a spellcaster. So that's what I really like about this game is you don't have to really, what's the word I'm trying to think of? You're not really it's not a linear path, is what I'm trying to say. It's not really a linear path of what class you choose. You have a lot of freedom to make your character however you want to make it. So, since I'm a little bit more of an experienced player, I usually pick Deprived, just because I usually go the Warrior class anyways. And they don't start out with any gear, but you do start out with the best stats, just 11 overall. So it's the most balanced character. But I could go Pyromancer, because... You know what? Let's go Pyromancer. Whatever. Just forget what I said. Doesn't matter. So, one of the interesting things about this game is at the very beginning you can pick a lot of different gifts for your first thing, and this game doesn't really tell you what any of them do. I can tell you that the Master Key honestly is, I think, the most important, just because it can actually help you get around the world a lot easier and let you reduce a lot of the shortcuts. The only downside of that is you'll go to places that you aren't really ready for. And the first time I played it, I went to an area that I was not even close to being ready for. So it can be almost a burden, but we'll go ahead and go with it. And then physique, you can kind of build your guy how you want, make him fat, top heavy, tiny head for some reason. I will just go with face. A lot of different faces. A really goofy black face. We'll just go with color. So this game came out a few years back, and it doesn't look too bad. The game actually looks a lot better. Not a whole lot of choices. Dark blue, dark just red. Let's go ahead and start the game.
In the age of ancients, the world...
I'm gonna go ahead and skip the story, just to be honest with you. The story is cool if you do come follow the stuff. It's not really that important to the game. Basically, you're a hollowed, which pretty much means you're dead, but not dead for the most part. And
yes, indeed.
You just kind of start out in this.
The dark side brands the
prison,
undead.
and you kind of just got to figure it out from there for the most part. So kind of a lot of mystery to these games.
And in this land.
So, here we are. Somebody up there drops you a key. Ooh, man, it's been a long time since I played this. So, one of the cool things about this game is, these are developer notes, but people throughout the game can give you options and attacks. Excuse me. Options and advice. So, of course, the developers are going to give you... That's okay. Developers give you a tutorial based in the same way. I'll tell you realistically, a lot of them are trolls, to be honest with you. So people will say jump off or rare loot below, because you do have a set amount of things that you can actually list. so you can't just type up your own note or they'll be riddled with profanity. So it's kind of a cool element. I mean, it gives you more of a kind of a social atmosphere to this game without actually making you run into people like most MMOs and games of that type. Actually, I think I'm going to play this game without any sound. The way I have it set up, it's running a little weird. There's a little bit of a delay, so hopefully it's getting enough time where I kind of know what's going to happen. Once you spawn at a bonfire, it will give you all your health, give you all your magic attacks back, and it will restore all your flasks. You have flasks that you can get refilled from bonfires that are pretty much like health potions. You only get a certain amount though. One of the biggest things about that is when you do rest at a bonfire, all the enemies around you will respawn. So it's kind of a risk-reward situation where you can lay down and get all your health back and all your potions back. But when you do that, you do risk all these enemies coming back and having to fight them all over again. So there's a lot of things you can do for that, and you can use that in your advantage for farming different areas or other different things you can do. There's a lot of secrecy to this game. There's a lot of things they don't like to tell you, which is good and bad in some situations. It's kind of pity you asking what you're talking about. So in a situation where I wish they would explain it a little bit more to make it a little bit easier, just to kind of understand this game, so you don't actually have to have a wiki up. But in the same instance, it does make it really cool for the fact that it gives a lot of replay value because you might not. But like I was saying, I mean, it adds a lot of replay value to this game because the first time you play it, whatever, I'm just spoiling or a little spoiler. So this first item is this weapon right here, straight sword hill. You actually need that about 10-15 hours in the game. You can build a really strong weapon using it. But most people not thinking about that would throw it away and get rid of it. So the cool thing about this is you can switch weapons. That switch over. So this is another really strong class that most people like to choose at the very beginning, just for the fact that you start out with environments. And of course, like any game, you have stamina. Blocking takes stamina, swinging takes stamina, shooting attacks takes stamina. But one of the really nice things I like about this game is how precise the combat is. So you can't just, run in and just swing like a madman. You kind of have to be slow. Overzealous like that, you could die. Anytime you use it, really light, it's generally. Okay. extremely rewarding in this game. Anytime that you kill a boss, or pretty much almost get through any part. So one of the cool things too is you can touch a blood stain, you can actually see how someone died. So he's fighting this boss, he's trying to roll. Try to get through the door. Didn't make it. And so the biggest thing is souls in this game. That's the number one thing you want. So as you can see at the very top right there, I almost pointed. You get souls for everything you do in this game. Anytime you kill somebody, you get souls, which is the currency for everything, which is why it's called Dark Souls. The first game is called Demon Souls. So I have 2,300 souls, so if I want to level up, it will cost me 637 for this level, 690 for the next one. If I want to boost any of my attunement slots for pyromancy, if I want to upgrade weapons, if I want to buy weapons, everything costs souls, so that's your main currency. And the fun thing is, if you die, you lose all of them. So that's why this game is so intense. You do have a chance to go back and get those souls that you lost, but you don't want to be put in that situation, because if you die the next time, those souls will be gone forever. You're basically chasing the whole last one of them. So I really made one of those. I'm trying to say light armor. So.
Well, what? Let me guess. But there's no... well, there are ones up above in the
basically,
ring.
what this guy says is two bells and lower. Man. What's nice about humanity is you use this on top of form, you get a humanity. What that does is for more other things. So right now I'm on a hollow form. So hollow form, you can't really invite people, you can't really make those games if you're not mistaken. And you can't kindle bonfires. Kindling what kindling a bonfire does is it will give you more flasks. Which I'm pretty sure I've already kindled it, but fun thing about this game is you can't go back and save. So I have the humanity sitting in my pocket, and I won't even be able to use it for a while. So we'll go over here and explore some areas. There's a cleric right here.
Hello there. If
Let him talk.
hello, but I hear no.
Blah. I thought you could join.
Oh,
covenant.
I have so would. Very well.
Yes. So there's covenants in this game that give you different perks and abilities. This covenant's the very basic one that I think just helps you summon people a
Now,
little bit easier.
only
Learn gestures. Just because you can't talk in this game, so. And then, like I said, everything you buy with souls. So he has a couple different talismans, a couple different miracles, which are going to be more of the
come
holy
again.
spells in the game. So I put a lot of pressure on myself for. Giving myself that humanity. I'm pretty much gonna waste it. Or I'm just gonna live on this. Yeah, fire is extremely strong in this game, at least early. And that's another cool thing. So, throughout this game, there's items that are souls of dead travelers and adventurers, and you pick them up and use them. Yeah. And you can use them to give you more souls. So it's kind of like just a free little There's a lot of items in this world. There's a lot of secret stuff to find. So it just makes exploring really, really unique and cool. Already found some There we go. This can be blocking. Cool little. Whoa! Super attack. There we go. Finishes them off. Usually a lot of a illusionary wall. No. Really big enemies in this game. The scale of this game is unbelievable. And those little circles are people in the way of the white cover that have used a spell right around that area. So if you use a spell that you like heal or something of that nature, it will give you, it will make it actually a little bit stronger than you should. And enemies also have flasks too. And I can already set them to get 10 flasks every time I'm at that bonfire, whereas normally the first time you do it, you only get 5. 5 flasks, all they give you. And they're, oh yeah, I forgot. Like I said before, everybody respawns, so I use that bonfire. That means everybody is going to spawn where they were. Let's see if it'll let me summon this guy. Their server stability was never on the stronger side. So I think they have some patches to fix it, but I don't think so. If you get back, you can do little things. Bow. Or wave. And now he is... I probably should have explained that a little bit better. So in this game, like, I don't know if it was earlier or not, but you can summon people to help you. So I summoned him into my world, so he will fight with me as a phantom. Once he dies, he goes back, but if he and I kill a boss together in my world, he will get a lot of souls. I think all the souls you actually get from doing it normally, as well as a humanity. This is definitely a really fun game to have someone play who's never played it before. So all the little tricks and secret traps and all that stuff will definitely get people more times than not. And that's also, you can see phantoms of people playing this game right now. Kind of see where they're at. Definitely getting off. Since we killed the boss. That guy did it. So that's one of the really cool things about this game is it's not necessarily the way that they use it and implement it is really cool. So these guys can't talk to each other. There's no chat system. They greet each other with a proper so we can bow to each other, wave. We both kind of understand that, you know, we have a mission at hand to do, is to take out the boss. We're both on it together. So I think it's one of the really unique features of this game is, you know, playing with these people that you've never met, you probably never see again. You can maybe, but you probably won't ever see again. And, you know, just cooperating together to take care of a certain objective, especially with how toxic Xbox Live and most online games have gotten. It is really nice and neat to see
hello.
such a good community.
You
from
don't
this
look
game.
hollow. Now that I am,
This guy's a really
you
cool
find
guy.
that strange. No need.
Torres, he talked to one more time. Oops.
Oh,
Yes.
the way I,
Sorry, I'm gonna be skipping through most of this. Yes.
is pleasing. We are
That's
in
how you
the
summon.
flow of time. There's no like you
Or how I can be
summoning,
summoned,
of
so-
course, but I.
After I kill this boss, I can go back and see if I can change that. Here, and I can lay down a white stone for people to summon me. So I can lay down right here. They'll see me. Say, hey, bless the music. And they can summon me. That's how it works. Here. See if I can do this. So this is running a little goofy. Frame rates not really liking me right now. And after you go past a certain area, your summon sign's going to disappear, so you can't just play with them through the whole entire game. So you have certain areas that you can conquer together, and then you leave. So, and this is the bonfire that we started out. So we'll see. Those guys right there are going to respawn, and that's the big deal. But there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of secrets in this game. The first time I played it, I didn't even know about this. I didn't know about it until a buddy of mine told me, or excuse me, a phantom I was playing with actually messaged me, which is very, very rare, and said, "Yo, get down this ladder," because I had no idea about the shortcut. very, very precise. So since I was at the wrong angle, since I was at the wrong angle, my fireball actually didn't make it. So. I hate them. Yeah, they poison me. I can't tell you how many times me and countless other people died at this point because you walk in here and there's one for you right there. And he ambushes you and knocks you off balance, and then the next three attack you, and it just becomes a whole ordeal. Probably should have leveled up the bonfire. Would have been the smartest thing to do. No worries, I will find another one. Actually, there's one very close. Fuck, I should have. Oh, let's see what takes this guy. I'll put reckless in there. Wary of night. Attack. It is shield. Really should have leveled up. Okay, so like I said, you start at the last bonfire you're at, and as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, I don't have any souls left, so I have to go to that bloodstain that I was at. And I can hopefully get my souls back. So I'm back at my body right now. As you can see, this is where I very lost back. Also, a cool little trick is, so you know, I really should have gone back and leveled up. I can hit use item and actually return. It's a homeward bone that you get usually when you kill people, so you can actually go back to the last bonfire you're at if you need to. So if you get like 30,000 souls from them and you have about 80% health, you're not having to try to run and find a bonfire. So this is kind of a interesting scenario for me because, like I said, I'm playing a class and kind of character I've never really played before. So it's also going to make it kind of unique and fresh for me as well. It's not going to be just running through it, right? is too is I usually don't try to exploit most games, but in a game like this, you almost feel like sometimes is the funny part. Just for the fact that this game is so challenging and puts you through a living hell that literally any break you can get, you will take it. It doesn't matter if it's exploited or not. If the gods are on your side, so be it. Right here, where this was. Sword like that, they will attack and destroy you. Tiny shards are stuff that you use. That you use to upgrade various different things. So one of the biggest complaints I kind of had with this game was it's really hard to tell what anything does in it. So as you can see right here, you have a whole bunch of stats on these two shields. What they are is, I think one's attack, then you have your ice, fire, and lightning defenses. You have your durability and weight. And you should go into it, yeah, what physical damage it does. So on the far right side, it actually tells you how much that it reflects. So damage reduction reducts all physical damage when you're blocking. So when I was taking those slivers of damage, that's because I was using that shield right there that only blocked 65% of it. So it's really good against physical. Magic, it's mediocre. It's really good against fire. Decent, and it's kind of mediocre against lightning. And stability is, you know, how much you can withstand when you're blocking. So just a lot of things to kind of keep in mind, and it tells you, you know, the strength, the requirements on there. Why am I pointing? The requirements at the bottom is 10 strength, no dex, no magic, and then no faith, or no intelligence, no faith. So it's a lot of stuff that, you know, when you are first starting to play, it is kind of hard to figure it out, but you do get the hang of it. And it is one of those games that situation is kind of a double-edged sword, in the sense that when you first start out, it's the worst thing in the world, but once you actually do master it and you are talking to somebody who hasn't played Dark Souls or Demon Souls before, it is something that makes you kind of look like a badass and feel kind of cool, because you know, all these different secrets of the game and how to play it, and a lot of stuff. Bitch. Okay, I don't have the strength requirement, so never mind. That's strength. I need 16 strength and 12 dexterity to use it, so I guess I will. Hey, new close. I guess I will. I don't really use magic. I'm gonna upgrade my strength next. Certain abilities that, or certain spots that you can stop leveling, have diminishing returns for the most part. That once you get your strength to a certain level, especially if you're doing dex, you get your strength to be, I think, 22, maybe 16, something like that, in order to use some of the best dexterity weapons. There's a bonfire. Visit first. run to this bonfire. Sometimes it's better to just run around other folks. You don't have to be a hero in this game. I didn't drop one of his weapons though. Oh well. Those guys can drop some really cool weapons. They can drop their shield, their sword, and sometimes a halberd and a great axe and a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Fortunately, he didn't drop anything for me though. Which is okay. Hey look, there's two people wanting to help me. So also when you summon a person too, it will keep you in a certain area, so that, like I said, there's a gray wall right there. I'm not allowed to go back there because he's here to help me fight the boss. I'm not allowed to go there either, and it's probably blocked off over there as well. Coming? Damn it! Unfortunately, this does take quite some time every once in a while. This one actually looks like he should be coming. No, not. That's a pretty well. But you have to very most people usually wave. I'll see if I can get. Oh gosh, okay. And sometimes a enemy can come too. So you can actually be invaded by people that are considered black phantoms. And they can come and kill you. And kill your friend. And steal your humanity. And steal your souls. So think they're gonna be coming. I think he's right there. Yep. This kind of sucks. Oh shit. Gosh, there's a lot of people here. And if their signs are yellow, that means they're part of a special covenant that I really remember the name, but it's a special covenant that pretty much helps people out a lot. They have really cool special powers and. Put it down. I don't see anybody else. Where's the dead come? Cool. So yeah, that's one of the gold people that raise the sun icon. They give you special tokens if you kill the boss with them, and you can put them into a. Oh gosh, what do they do? You give them to a certain somebody, and to get special perks and abilities and stuff. Normally your encounters won't really see, and you gotta this on the middle is what it's called. So when you fight with those gold people and you win, they give you a sunlight medal, and you use those to cash it in if you ever decide to join a faction for a pretty sweet reward. I think it gives you a light bolt attack. Now I'm going to equip the ever so stylish guard belts. And like that one guy talked about, very lots of planning, we are going to ring the first bell. And the really cool thing about this is when you ring this bell, people that are in this general area in their own games are going to hear it as well. So that is one of the cool things I always liked about this game when you first start playing it and you know you're just getting killed a whole bunch. It's really hard. This game is still really new. You would hear that. You would hear somebody actually ring the bell. And, you know, as cheesy as it sounds, give you a little bit of hope. Saying, fuck, wow, somebody actually did it. Yeah, you know, it is possible. And it'll give you a little bit of motivation that maybe you needed. So I always thought that was a really cool feature. This guy right there. It's right here.
Greeting. I am Oswald of Thou cometh.
One of the things you can buy from this guy is called the indictment, and I would purchase that because when people invade you and kill you, you can put them in what's called the Book of Guilty, And
Stop
when you use
it,
a
I
book
won't
of
do
guilt,
that.
or put him in the book of guilty, a later guild, or excuse me, a later covenant in this game can actually hunt those guys down and kill them. So it's kind of nice knowing that, you know, they're going to get some repercussions for killing you. That's always nice. Straight to 16. Start working on this dexterity. Cool, so now I am still level 21. Which means I can use I should use that instead. Maybe. What? My endurance is 16? Ugh. Oh well. For the time being, I can use a gargoyle tail axe and I can use the halberd axe. No, actually, that's fine. This scales better off of dexterity anyways, which is what I'm going for, so that's fine. So, alright, well that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me for this first one. We did one of the two objectives of ringing one of the bells. The next one does take a little bit longer. But this is kind of, you know, this is Dark Souls for the most part. I know I've gone a little fast. I know I've skipped through a decent amount of stuff. But, like I said, I do really love this game. I think it is something that is really special. One of my favorite games I've ever played. And, yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed too. And, you know, any questions about it, anything you want to kind of know my personal opinion on, please let me know. And, yeah, so, alright, cool. I'll see you guys on the next one.